Hey, it's Nathan. It is 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm off to return these textbook rentals to Amazon from last semester and go take my analyzing and interpreting literature Clep test for 6 credits. Alright, got my Clep ticket printed after I had scheduled my Clep online. I also have my attached receipt form so that I can take this directly to the bursar's office and then hand that to them, and they will let me pay them $25 cash, which I have to go get right now out of the ATM, and then I can take that over to the testing center and then I can actually take my test. 68 out of 80. That's one of my highest test scores yet. That's 6 credits. That is awesome. Officially above half. Super cool. Very stoked. Here's my breakdown. Okay, so there's a lot of poetry in this one. A lot of poetry. Best thing that I did, just understand what the thing is literally saying. So here's what I mean by that. There were several poems by Robert Frost. Having read Robert Frost, not helpful. What was helpful was understanding literally. I don't mean literature. I don't mean literally in the sense of like understanding literaturally. Like there's nothing special about the word. I mean it literally. The literal words that are being used, understanding the phrasing that they're using to get their literal meaning. If you can do that, then you will get super high scores on this test. So it would be like, you'll read the essay. That was the other thing that was super helpful. Read the whole essay first. It's usually pretty short. It was never more than like 300 words or something like that I had to remember. And so read the essay first, then start in the questions, then glance back at the essay and go back to the questions. The reason for that is because in order to literally understand what they're talking about, a lot of the time you really need context. And so, sorry for the camera, my hand just keeps moving. Anyway, you need context, the whole context, a lot of the times in order to answer the questions that are being asked on the, like in the quiz. So it'll be like, hey, a question might be something like, hey, what does this word or what does this stanza mean in the context of the whole passage? Well, it's really hard to answer that question unless you've literally read the whole passage. So I would recommend that's pretty much how you tackle the analyzing and interpreting literature. Read the whole passage, then answer the questions. Then the other really helpful thing was think about this stuff literally. So it's not, don't get lost in like especially the poetry. Is really easy to be like, I don't understand poetry. Oh, think about it. They're saying really super simple things. I just say one poem that was there was just about a guy looking into a well. And that was it. That's it. And I didn't need to understand the whole poem, right? From a poetic sense. That's not important. All I needed to do was literally understand what he was saying. And he was saying, I looked into a well once. Like that. Think about what is being said literally. That will help you answer almost all of the questions in here. Pretty significantly poetry. Mostly what are the types of meanings in what's being said. So like, how does this relate to this, or what kind of phrasing are they using, or what's the tone of the person, or what do they mean when they say this word? What's that sort of like, what's that sort of mean? Like, what does it translate into in a modern way or a non-poetic way? Doing that, not so much terms. So like alliteration and what type of sentence a thing is and what kind of phrasing and like technical terms, those are barely in there at all. barely at all. And honestly, I'm pretty sure I missed like the 3 times they were in there. So it's 78 questions is how many I had to tackle. I did not do the optional essay. As far as I know, Thomas Edison does not require it. I asked, they said no. They've been wrong before. We're gonna hope that they don't. So yeah, that's it. That's my review of analyzing and interpreting literature as of April 14th, 2017. I hope that helps you. Thanks.